Welcome back everyone. Apologies for the long gap between videos again. You know, life happens. Sometimes I just can't get around to finishing my edits and things like that. This piece I made to take to PourCon with me for displaying in the gallery. And I thought this was actually pretty good footage of showing you guys how I use my hairdryer to move the ink around. I like to use a variation of tools. Like I don't always use the dryer. Sometimes I use my airbrush. Sometimes I use everything. But this one I use the dryer a lot, so I thought it was great. As you can see there, I'm coming from the sides. Now that's the important thing I want you guys to see. You never bring your heat tool or your hairdryer directly down on top of your puddle, because it's just going to the air is going to hit the surface and it's going to blow out in all directions. Whereas when you come from the sides, you can push the ink where you want it to go, and you can also control the force with which you move it by how close you are to the puddle. You know, I do chop off some of it, unfortunately, but there are parts where my hairdryer is off screen, but I am still using it from a distance. So that's something that I think you guys should really practice with. You know, there's more to alcohol inks. Are incredibly beautiful in the way that you can make something really, really gorgeous just by chance. And like, I don't want you to think that everything you create is a fluke. You know, I want you to know that the more you work it, the better you're going to be at controlling it. But they are something that are just gorgeous when you leave them be. You know, you can pour a bunch of inks down and just let regular evaporation take charge, and you will end up with beautiful lines and shapes that that just the evaporation process creates on its own. But with this, you know, we're using the dryer to engage with the process in a more controlled manner. So I of course use my brush. I use my brush a lot. That wasn't something I started out doing, but I do a lot now, especially if I'm doing I like flared alcohol ink patterns, so I do tend to use the brush a lot just to help guide the puddle, because when you're pushing it with the air, even when you're controlling it, you still end up with like the tip of it can sometimes go into shapes that you don't like, which is why I like to use the brush. But yeah, so this one was a really simple piece, and I've recently posted it on my Instagram, so a lot of you have probably seen it. But I love this piece. It's got the most beautiful simplicity about it to me, but my gold worked really well, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it looked like a tulip, and I actually called it Tulip to my lips. But then when I posted it, one of my friends said that it looked like a magnolia, which I also thought was pretty accurate. So I thought that was really cool. That was just a side note. Anyhow, so I only used the what did I use? I used Copic. I think it was lipstick, neutral lipstick or something like that. Pinata Brass, and the dark color I introduced, I believe that was Pitch Black from Ranger. So those colors look really beautiful together. Pitch Black will wash out into purples and pinks, which is, I think it's incredibly beautiful. But if you're looking for just a straight black alcohol ink, that's not the one you want to use, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Anyhow, I'm going to stop chatting now. Thanks for swinging by and watching. If there's anything you saw that I didn't discuss or that piqued your curiosity and you want to know what I was doing, please do ask. I am still learning how to, you know, convey verbally what you guys are seeing visually, and Sometimes I feel like I might miss the mark, so I am more than happy to answer questions if you guys want to know how I've done something or what I was doing at the time. You could always just give me a timestamp so I know which part you're talking about, and I will happily get back to you. So thanks again, and take care. Bye.